What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a second channel upload. I haven't posted on here in a while, and a lot of you guys may read the title of this and wonder, Goblin, what are you doing? What is this channel for? And my answer to that is this channel's for anything. Absolutely anything. And today, oh, my Windows notification. Normally, I'd restart the video, but this is a second channel upload. Man, this is all one take, baby. All right, listen. Today we're reviewing the state of Texas, and I feel that I now have the authority to review the state of Texas because I visited for 36 hours, and during my time there, I ate Whataburger, I ate barbecue, and I shot guns, and that's pretty much Texas as a whole, so I feel qualified for this review. Now, I've heard many great things about Texas over the years. I have friends who are from the state who always tell me I gotta come visit. They're always saying, Goblin, man, Texas is the shit, dude. We got good food, you know, it's fun, you can shoot guns, and I was always intrigued. You see, I'm from Illinois. I currently live in Los Angeles, so I have never lived in a place that is anything like Texas. Texas is the polar opposite of where I grew up. When I was in elementary school, I remember we had an anti-gun presentation, and I don't really know why we had that, because what elementary schooler is up in a blick? I don't know, and it didn't have much effect because I love guns, but Texas is the polar opposite of that. In Texas, they'd probably bring a Gatling gun and a bolt-action rifle to the children's elementary school for them to all try out on the stage. Very different environment. So when I found out that I was going to end up in Dallas for a day and a half, I was pretty excited about it. I had a lot of things on my itinerary. I went to a Dallas Mavericks game. I had Whataburger. I had Texas barbecue. I smoked marijuana in public, which in Texas is kind of terrifying, and we're going to talk about all of it. Now, the first category that I would like to discuss here in my Texas review is the arrival into Texas. You see, I flew into Dallas-Fort Worth, and Dallas has two airports that I'm aware of, but I flew into the really big one. And honestly, it was somewhat terrifying. You see, I landed, and mind you, I smell like marijuana at all times. I didn't even fly in with any on me, but I just always have it in the backpack that I use to travel, and I smoked right before I got on the plane, or went through TSA, pardon me, so I just constantly stink. And one thing I noticed in Texas is almost the moment that we got off the flight, we've never smelled louder. I have never once in my life actually noticed how bad I smell weed-wise until I got to Texas. I think in California, there's just a permanent marijuana odor in the air no matter where you are, so you don't notice it. In Texas, you absolutely notice that shit. I was getting off the plane with the homies, and we all commented on it. We were like, dude, we smell loud. And then you got the dudes with the cowboy hats walking the canines up and down the terminal, so we're dodging and weaving those. Dude, listen, Texas is a little scary for a marijuana smoker. However, the airport was fine. I didn't really have any problems with the airport, so we skedaddled on out of there. And now, you know, we have to talk about the next part. We talked about my arrival. We talked about the marijuana experience at the airport. But the bigger issue here, marijuana-wise, is smoking in public. You see, I have never in my life felt like I was a criminal for smoking weed more than I did in Dallas. The first couple joints that I had on my first day landing there, I just smoked right in front of my hotel, like I would anywhere else I was. And I have never in my life been mean-mugged harder than that. Oh my God. Granted, nobody came directly up to me and confronted me, but wow, I just felt judged. I felt grimy. I felt like a dude ripping a bowl of meth on the side of the street. Like, that guy gets dirty looks. That's how I felt. So we ended up having to go to super sketchy spots to smoke. I smoke on the side of a closed storage lot in the middle of the night. I smoked in little cuts and alleyways in front of doors of closed businesses. I smoked in the parking lot of a Super 8 motel on the backside behind the bushes. I have never felt more like I was in high school besides when I was in high school. So from a smoker's perspective, Texas is a little iffy. However, I gotta say, Whataburger really impressed me, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Listen, Eric was telling me, my boy Eric Kahn, he was telling me, he kept saying, Whataburger's gas, Whataburger's gas, you gotta try it. And, you know, I didn't believe it. The pictures don't really do it justice. It kind of looks shit, if I'm being honest, off the pictures. But the trick is you can't order any of the main menu items, like number 1 through 5 or any of the numbered stuff. It's horrid. It's atrocious, okay? The special stuff is where it hits. Listen, I got the little sweet and sour burger. Put that bitch on Texas toast. Get the fries. Had a little Dr. P with it, the best soda in the game. If you drink any other soda, close this video now. You're not qualified to watch. And oh, baby, I got to say, Whataburger was very impressive. Whataburger was a really strong showing. And granted, I was drunk, and I had just left the Dallas Mavericks game. And by the way, the Mavericks won, so I have a positive impression of Texas basketball. But, oh my God, the Whataburger just hit, dude. It was banging. I was very impressed. I have to give my flowers where they're due. Whataburger really, it changed my life. It was fantastic. You know, Whataburger alone, I mean, is really carrying Texas in a way. Really backpacking. However, Whataburger is not the only good food that I found in the state of Texas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know there's going to be a bunch of other people in this that are like, Goblin, you didn't even go to Houston. You didn't even go to Austin. Listen, bro, I did the core 3 things, okay? I had Whataburger, I ate barbecue, and I shot guns. There's nothing different, all right? There's nothing else to do in the rest of the state. I did the core pillars of Texan life, all right? I don't want to hear it. Now, the barbecue. Listen, the following day, after we, and also, I want to say, besides the barbecue, I also had a steak the day I landed that was fantastic. All the food I had in Texas was amazing. But the barbecue, ladies and gentlemen, the following day after Whataburger, it was before my flight. I wanted to grab some lunch before my flight. So we decided to get some Texas barbecue. The homies were like, Goblin, man, you gotta try the barbecue while you're here. So I said, okay, take me and show me the barbecue. And they took me to a place that I don't really remember the name of, but I remember them telling me that it was not even the best barbecue in the city. They were like, yeah, this isn't like, we could go somewhere better. This is just closer. So I was coming in, and I said, okay, you know, I've heard a lot about Texas barbecue. Like, I've had some barbecue in my life. You know, I've had, like, St. Louis barbecue. You know, I've never had Texas, though. Let's see what the drill is. So we ended up ordering. We got ribs. We got burnt ends. We got brisket. Okay, we got the mac and cheese. We got the fried okra. And we got, like, beans and, like, one other side, I think, right? And, oh, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you right now. Listen, I don't know if it was just a specific place I went to, but this was the best brisket and burnt ends and mac and cheese that I've ever had. Now, the ribs could fuck off. I'm going to be honest. The ribs I had from this place are terrible. But I don't doubt that there are good ribs out there in Texas. There's probably some fantastic ones. I don't know. Comment. Point me in the right direction when I go back. But, oh my mother of God. The brisket was sexual, bro. Listen, I'm sorry if I'm making y'all hungry right now. It was like Wagyu, bro. It melted. Oh my God, bro. I'm honestly torqued talking about this right now. If that brisket was in front of me on this desk, I'd fuck the shit out of that brisket. I'd dog it so good. That shit was wetter than the wettest pussy on earth. Oh my God, bro. Holy fuck. I'd put a ring on that brisket, dude. I'd wipe 3 kids, 3 little brisket babies, bro. Oh my God, bro. And, bro, Shorty could cheat on me. I'd pay child support, too. I don't care. Take it. Take the house, Shorty. Take the channel. Take the channel, Shorty. I don't even care. Take it all, bro. Leave me with nothing. Absolutely abandon me. Leave me alone and derelict like my father. Please, dude. Fuck. The barbecue was remarkable. I mean, it was nothing short of fantastic. It was just an exquisite meal, but it put me to sleep. It knocked me out. You know, I mean, my flight home, I had no energy for that. I was dead by the time I made it home that night. But the barbecue was exquisite. Now, we've talked about the food, we've talked about the weed. Let's talk about the actual city, because I have a few complaints, a few things here. All right, first off, everyone drives very respectfully in Texas, it seems, because everyone is strapped. And I love that. I adore that. Listen, here in California, people drive like it is Forza Motorsport every single day. It's either an Armenian dude playing Forza, or it's your grandmother, and she's sitting at the green light because she can't see the color. She doesn't know, all right? Driving in LA is hell. Now, driving in Texas was heaven. It was fantastic. Everyone's going 90 miles an hour. Everyone has a gun. No one rides your ass. If they want to get around you, they're going to do it respectfully. Everyone is well spaced in traffic. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And maybe in different cities in Texas it's different, but in Dallas at least, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, this is very civilized driving I'm seeing here. Now, as we drove, and, you know, we mainly spent a lot of time on the highway going in and out of downtown Dallas. One thing I noticed about downtown Dallas in particular is it was weird, dude. It almost felt like Black Mirror. There's all these giant buildings, and they all have clear glass windows that you can see right through, but there's nobody there. And I was there on a Monday and Tuesday, granted. So at night, I get it. Like, yeah, city's not going to be active at night. You know, people aren't really partying on a Monday and Tuesday. But at daytime, I'm used to, you know, being in like Chicago, for example. Daytime, it's popping. There's people everywhere, people walking everywhere. You look in the buildings, the lobbies are full of people. There's people higher up on the upper floors in the offices. I was in Dallas, and I'm looking around, and there's like 2 people in the lobby of like each of these buildings. There's just nobody. At intersections, there's like maybe 1 person trying to cross the street, maybe 3. You know, if there was 5 people at an intersection, that was like a big group. That was like, wow, something big is happening here in Dallas right now for there to be 5 people on this street corner. Like, it was weird, dude. The city is huge and it's giant, but it feels empty, dude. It feels really empty. And I headed over to Deep Ellum too. I don't know if I said that right. And it was lit over there, but like downtown Dallas, like the center of it is weird, dude. It's super empty. However, the suburbs were really nice. Listen, I've always read online about how real estate in Texas is crazy, and you can get these big, like, McMansion-ass houses for like $200,000-300 grand, and normally they'd be $1 million in any other state. And I was still skeptical. I was like, dude, that's crazy. But going to Texas, the poor neighborhoods are little mansions. Like the broke neighbor, like I'm not talking apartment neighborhoods, like a standalone house neighborhood in Texas. The low-end ones are little mansions, literally. Like, they're beautiful. They got brick and shit. Listen, I don't know what the deal is with Texas real estate. Maybe they got too much land. I don't know what the deal is, but it's crazy. And the rich neighborhoods in Dallas, we drove over by SMU, which is like a really wealthy school, and we went and smoked a joint in one of those rich-ass neighborhoods on a bench. They got too much money, bro. They got statues in the neighborhoods, like bronze statues of random people in the neighborhoods. That's how you know they got too much money. Like, it's one thing, you got a statue in like the town square. You got a statue in like a public place. That's cool. When you just have a bronze statue on the corner in a random neighborhood, that's money, dude. That's money. It's very nice. Texas gave me a very positive impression. So overall, what are my thoughts on Texas based on my 36 hours? We're going to give an overall Texas rating here. You know, I love how American Texas is. You know, the guns, I mean, you know, everyone respects you on the road, you know, the good barbecue. Everyone is pretty nice. You know, everyone was really friendly that I encountered. I got a lot of mean mugs for smoking weed, but that's the unfortunate part. However, the food was good. You know, I had a positive experience. Downtown Dallas was like super eerie. I'm sure there's other downtowns that are probably nicer. I've heard Austin is like LA, but I kind of hate LA. So like I don't want to go to somewhere that's like LA. All right. Now, overall rating though, the Texas scale 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. I'm going to give Texas a solid 8. A solid 8. And listen, if marijuana was legal, we would be in the 9s. We would really be having a conversation here about where Texas stands on the top 5, because it would be in there. But in its current state, I cannot bring it higher than an 8. The food is amazing. You know, the traffic is chill. You know, it is whatever. Like, even in rush hour, we drove in rush hour. I guess coming from LA, anything is better, but it really wasn't that bad. I'm sticking with an 8. Texas gets an 8 out of 10. Very impressive showing. Very impressive showing, Texas. Great work. Whataburger, keep making sweet and sour bacon burgers. You know, barbecue places, work on the ribs a little bit. Other than that, thoroughly impressive. Hope you enjoyed. Second channel upload. Deuces.